this year, getting out there, contributing and playing?
It's a lot of fun. I was coming into the season hoping that I could make more of a impact for the team, and I made sure throughout all of the off season to lock in a lot more so that I could be more ready for the season, the upcoming season.
Thinking back to where you were when you first got here to where you are now, where have you grown the most?
I feel like I've grown a lot more in my focus in the meeting room, especially because I was having a little bit of a hard time when I first got out here, focusing on all of writing the notes and then being able to maintain the notes in my head. And I feel like I've grown the most in that.
How have you guys kind of built off, especially the defense, off that second half? And how important is it to kind of have a similar performance going into the bye week?
Into the bye week, I feel like. Can you reset that question?
Well, just how important is it kind of to take the momentum you guys took defensively from that second half and just kind of carry it forward this week as you go into the bye?
I feel like we still have the want to know mentality, so it's just after seeing what we did incorrectly in the first half of the past game, and then seeing what we fixed in the halftime, and then going into the second half of that game, I feel like using the momentum and the different techniques that we were able to figure out and use going into the second half, we'll be able to bring that into this.
Was it kind of the techniques, or what was it exactly that you think you fixed?
I feel like it was just overall. I feel like we just brought, the techniques, and everybody just, I don't know, I guess you could say just turned it on.
What were you guys doing differently last game? Because it sounds like, you guys mixed up a little bit of personnel, so what were you asked to do?
They asked me to play, I guess, a will backer, so I switched from playing on the edge to going into the box a little bit more. So that was really different.
How much do you practice that? What's it like to let it fly in a game with even limited practice at that? Yeah.
It was different. We practiced it throughout the whole week. We started on the Sunday. I liked it a lot because there was a lot more space to be able to run around and actually use my athletic ability. So I liked it a lot.
What do you think puts the confidence in you to do that? You go back, this is the start of this. You're talking about how when you first got here, you're trying to pick up everything up and remember everything, and now it's they clearly have the confidence in you to go into the game and execute.
I feel like it's just they're trusting in my focus and the meeting room, because I feel like I've been able to maintain all of the knowledge that goes into learning the different plays, and then I've been able to learn the different drops at the edge position, so they're trusting me more with different positions.
Physicality-wise, that would be a bit of a transition, right? How different was you kind of taking on lead blockers and things like that?
It was a little bit different because I'm not just taking a step into it, I'm actually running into it, so I feel like just figuring out how to strike him on the run, the lead blocker on the run, was a little bit different, but it's still kind of the same technique, just getting there. I still have to get into the strike.
Andrew obviously kind of assumed a different position there in the second half two times. How much were you guys kind of communicating on the fly and things?
We were switching off for most of the game, so we were both playing the same thing, so it was just me learning off of him and trying to figure out the different techniques from the edge position. So yeah.
Jayden, growing up, did you ever play the NCAA football video games? Were you a fan of those?
Yes, I did. I played that a lot. I actually played it on my PlayStation 2 all the time.
How exciting is it for you as a player, coming back next year, being able to know that you're going to be in the game?
It's super exciting. I've always thought about the fact that, when it got discontinued, that hopefully one day I'd be able to actually be on the game whenever it came back. So it's super exciting.
Well, just now in today's NIL world, and especially, here at Boise State where you have Michael Walsh, who's kind of, ahead of the game on the NIL, just how nice is it to kind of, have that aspect to it as well?
It's super nice. Coming into the school, I didn't really know much about the NIL, and having him to be able to teach us all of this stuff and have us connect to multiple different people, it's really nice.
You mentioned it earlier, you played a lot of different positions in high school. Can you kind of give us a rundown of what you played, and how do you feel like that experience is kind of paying off now?
So starting in freshman year, I played a lot of defensive end, strong safety, running back, and receiver. And then going into my sophomore year, I played a lot of free safety and receiver. Junior year and senior year, I moved more towards a outside linebacker and a defensive end, and I still played tight end, receiver, and then they had me at running back. And then my senior year, they had me playing at a wildcat quarterback. so that was nice. And I feel like playing all those different positions kind of shows you what everybody on the field's doing differently, and then it just being able to play off of the different positions just gives you a lot more knowledge.
You're a pretty big dude. You're playing Wildcat quarterback.
Yeah.
What was that like for you? You probably delivering the hits.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I liked just the direct snap and just straight down the hole. It was nice.
Why were you the guy that moved around so much?
I feel like my coach trusts me the most.
Did you throw bats?
No.
You say your coach trusts you though, so despite the fact you were put in a familiar position last week, how much did all that pay off? Like, it probably is hard for you to get uncomfortable in the field.
I feel like it paid off a lot just being able to like balance both of them, because knowing the different position at the edge and then being switched into like a will backer, it was being able to just know the different formations and where to line up in each formation. So I feel like it helped a lot.
Talking about Jabril being Spence this week, they said that they feel like a lot of the younger guys are starting to learn what it takes.
Yeah.
In your mind, what is that?
Like I said, in the meeting room, being locked in always, and then just buying into all of what the coaches say. There's a lot of, I feel like it's mostly just buying into what all the coaches say.
You've been here for a couple of years now with Dimitri. I mean, what's your relationship like, and how much have you learned from him?
I feel like my relationship with Dimitri's grown a lot. We kind of had a rough start, not really, but we just didn't talk as much when I first got here. But I feel like having him here, especially this year, him being a 6-year senior, him having as much knowledge as he does, learning off of him is really nice.
Have you seen him pulling like young guys to the side and kind of taking them under the wing and just
Yes.
kind of showing the ropes?
He does a lot of like separate meetings with a lot of the younger guys in the edge position, so he helps out a lot with us.
Did you and him had a one-on-one meeting?
Yes.
What did you guys talk about? What did you take away from it?
We usually just go over the film, and then I take away the different techniques and just the way he gets like around as a pass rusher, how he gets around the blocks, and then just in the run blocks as well.
We haven't talked to you, or I haven't talked to you at least since you got your first turnover at San Diego State. Can you take us through that play and what it does for your confidence?
It was a base block, so I got a base block, snatched him, and as soon as I turned around the corner, I saw the ball on the ground, and my first thought was just get on it, and I still didn't really think it was real when I grabbed it because I didn't know if it was an actual fumble or not. And then I looked around and I had everybody on top of me, and I was like, okay, this actually is a fumble. Got up, realized it was a fumble, got super excited. I feel like for my confidence, it just really showed me that I'm actually able to, like, I have the ability to be able to play at this level, and it just shows me that I'm at this level to make plays.
What about the significance of also doing it where you did it?
Yeah, it was nice. It was the fact that I was able to make a big play like that in my hometown was extremely nice.
Anything else?
Did you have a lot of people there for the game?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Well, take me back to your recruitment. What was the Soldier on Boise State? What convinced you that this was the place for you?
From the first time I talked to the coaches, it was just I guess it was just the bond that the coaches showed or like portrayed when I first met them, and then coming up to the facilities and just being around the city was really nice, and it just brought me in.
All right. Thank you.